If you're receiving state pension, PIP, or Universal Credit, stop scrolling right now, because if you miss your June 2026 payment date, you could be left with absolutely nothing in your bank account over a bank holiday weekend. And trust me, you do not want that. Here's the thing most people don't realize. The DWP doesn't automatically move your payment forward when a bank holiday falls in the mix. So if you're expecting money on a Monday and that Monday is a bank holiday, your payment schedule changes, and if you don't know the new dates, you could be budgeting completely wrong. In this video, we are breaking down every single confirmed DWP payment date for June 2026. State pension, PIP, Universal Credit, child benefit, carer's allowance, and more. We'll tell you exactly when to expect your money, which dates have shifted, and what you need to do right now to make sure you're not caught short. This affects millions of people across the UK, and this information could genuinely make or break your monthly budget. So whether you're managing on a fixed income, supporting a family, or helping a loved one with their finances, this one is for you. Before we dive in, if this is the kind of content that saves you time and stress, do me a quick favor and smash that like button right now. It takes 1 second, it helps more people find this video, and it tells me to keep making content that actually matters. All right. Let's get into the June 2026 dates. So let's start with the big question. Why is June 2026 so important when it comes to your DWP payments? The answer is simpler than you might think, but the consequences of not knowing are very real. June this year contains a bank holiday, and whenever a bank holiday lands in your payment week, the DWP adjusts the date your money hits your account. Now, they don't make a huge announcement about this. They don't send you a letter. They don't call you. It just quietly happens. And if you're not watching your dates, you could find yourself waiting for money that already landed 2 days earlier than expected, or worse, planning to spend money on the wrong day. And look, I know some of you are watching this thinking, it's just a day or two, what's the big deal? But for millions of people in this country, that 1 or 2 days is the difference between putting food on the table and going without. It's the difference between paying a bill on time and getting a late charge slapped on your account. This isn't about being disorganized. This is about the reality of living on a fixed income in 2026. And if that's your reality, then knowing your exact payment dates isn't just helpful, it's absolutely essential. Right, so let's get into the actual dates. And please grab a pen or screenshot this if you need to, because this is the information that matters. Starting with Universal Credit, if your usual payment date falls on or around the bank holiday, the DWP will process your payment on the last working day before that date. So if your payment was due on the bank holiday Monday itself, you should expect to see that money in your account on the Friday before. That's the rule. And it applies every single time a bank holiday falls on your payment day. For state pension, the same principle applies. State pension is paid every 4 weeks. Based on the specific day of the week your pension is set to be paid. If that day falls on a bank holiday, it gets moved to the previous working day. Now, here's something really important. This means some of you might actually see your state pension arrive earlier than you were expecting. That's a good thing, but only if you know it's coming. If you're not aware, you might not notice it land, and then you spend the next few days wondering where your money is, when it's already been sitting in your account the whole time. Now let's talk about PIP, Personal Independence Payment. PIP is also affected by bank holidays in exactly the same way. If your PIP payment date falls on a bank holiday, you will be paid on the last working day before that holiday. The DWP handles this automatically. You don't need to call them. You don't need to do anything on your end. The adjustment happens behind the scenes. But again, the key thing here is that you need to know it's happening so you can plan your finances around it properly. Child benefit follows a slightly different schedule as it's managed through HMRC rather than the DWP directly, but the same bank holiday rule applies. If your child benefit is due on a bank holiday, it will be paid on the working day before. And carer's allowance, again, same rule, Same logic. The payment shifts to the Friday if a Monday bank holiday is in play. These adjustments are consistent across the board, which actually makes them easier to understand once you know the pattern. For those of you on tax credits, particularly working tax credit or child tax credit, HMRC will also move those payments forward in the same way, and employment and support allowance, job seekers allowance, and income support all follow the DWP's standard rule of paying on the last working day before any bank holiday. Some claimants will see money arrive 2 to 3 days earlier than their normal schedule. That's not a mistake. That's the system adjusting for the holiday. Now here's what I really want you to take away from this video. And this is the practical bit, so stay with me. The first thing you need to do is go and check your bank account or your payment journal and write down the exact date your benefits are usually paid. Then cross-reference that with the June 2026 bank holiday date. If your normal payment day falls on or immediately after the bank holiday, there's a very good chance your money is coming earlier than you'd expect. The second thing, and this one is crucial, do not spend the money before it arrives. I know that sounds obvious, but what sometimes happens is that people see money appear in their account 2 days early, assume it's for a different reason, and spend it. Then when they look at their finances later, they realize they've spent next month's budget before next month even started. The early payment is still your regular payment. It just arrived sooner. It is not an extra payment. It is not a bonus. It is simply your normal money moved forward by the calendar. The third thing to do is set up a banking alert if you can. Most UK banks, whether that's Barclays, Lloyds, NatWest, Halifax, Monzo, Starling, they all allow you to set up notifications when money arrives in your account. Turn that on. That way, no matter when the DWP processes your payment, you'll know the exact moment it lands, and you can plan from there. Look, I want to take a moment here to acknowledge something. Managing on benefits in the UK in 2026 is genuinely hard. The cost of living is still putting enormous pressure on households, and for anyone relying on state pension, PIP Universal Credit, or any other DWP payment as their main income, every single pound matters. That's not a political statement. That's just the reality for millions of families across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland right now. So when I make videos like this one, it's because I genuinely believe that information is one of the most powerful tools you have. Knowing your payment dates means you can shop smarter, budget better, and avoid the kind of financial stress that comes from unexpected delays or surprises. You have enough to deal with without also worrying about when your money is coming. If you found this video helpful, and I really hope you did, then please share it with someone you know who is on any DWP benefit. Share it with your mom, your nan, your neighbor, your friend. Because the truth is, not everyone knows where to look for this information, and it genuinely could make a real difference to someone's June. Drop a comment below and let me know which benefit you're on and whether today's dates were helpful for you. I read every single one, and it helps me know what to cover next. Stay informed, stay on top of your finances, and I'll see you in the next one.